we are going to draw a 1-bedroom apartment that has a living room, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a toilet. You can toggle the grid lines off by pressing F7 on the keyboard. F7 will toggle the grid lines off and on. For now, let's keep it turned off. Next, we are going to draw out the rectangular room sizes separately for the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, and the toilet. I'm going to start with the living room. The rectangular room size for the living room is 6,000 millimeters by 3,000 millimeters. I will pick the rectangle command, or I will type rectangle and press enter on the keyboard. Instead of the enter key, I can decide to use the spacebar. Both the enter key and the spacebar helps AutoCAD to accept the command. Next, I will pick a point on the screen and I will take my hands off the mouse. I will type at. Next, I will type 6,000, which is on the x-axis, comma. I will type 3,000, which is on the y-axis. I will press enter. Next, with the ruler at the center of the mouse, I will wheel it to myself to see the entire rectangle. With the measure command, you can see this is a rectangle of 6,000 millimeters by 3,000 millimeters. I will press escape on the keyboard. I can press down the ruler at the center of the mouse to help me to pan this object to any part of the screen. Next, on this space, I will pick a rectangle command again. I will pick a point. Next, I'm going to draw the size of the kitchen. The size of the kitchen is 6,000 millimeters by 2,500 millimeters. I will type at the x-axis is 6,000, comma, and the y-axis is 2,500. I will press enter. This is the size of the kitchen. Let me assume I want to place my kitchen just after the living room. The wall size is 225. I'm going to pick the line command. At the end of this rectangle, I will click. I will make sure that my line is straight. To have a straight line in AutoCAD, I will press F8 on the keyboard. Now I'm going to draw a line that is straight. The wall is 225 millimeters. I will press enter twice. This is just to help me to position this kitchen very close to the living room. Next, I will click this kitchen. Next, I will click move, or I will type move on the keyboard and press enter. I will pick it from this end, not from any other end. It must be from this end. I will click 1, then I will click 2. You see, I can decide to delete this. This is just to create the size of the wall. Now I have my living room and I have my kitchen. Next, I want to draw the toilet. I will pick a rectangle. Pick a point on the screen. I will type at. The size of the toilet is 4,000 millimeters on the x-axis and 2000 millimeters on the y-axis. At 4000 first, 2000 on the y-axis, I'll press enter. This is the toilet. Next, I will pick a line command, and from this end I need a wall of 225. I will press enter twice. Next, I will click this toilet. I will click or I will type move. I will press enter. I will pick it from this base and drop it at the tip of this line. I can decide to delete this line. This is the toilet. Next, I'm going to draw my bedroom here. Next, we are going to draw the bedroom. The size of the bedroom is 4000 millimeters by 3500 millimeters. I will click the rectangle command. I will pick a point on the screen. I will type at 4000, 3500. I will press enter. Next, I will pick the line command. I will click the end of this toilet and go up. Type 225, which is the size of the wall. Next, I will click this bedroom. I will click or type move. Enter. I'll pick it from this base and drop it at the tip of this line. I can decide to now delete this line. Now I have my living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, and the toilet. Next, I'm going to draw the external wall. To draw the external wall, I will pick the rectangle command. The size of this wall is 225. I will type at 225, 225. I will enter. This size will be dependent on the size of the block or the brick you are about to use. Next, I will type move and press enter. I will pick this size of 225 by 225 from this end, and I will press F8 to allow me for easy flexibility. I will drop it at the tip of this wall carefully. Next, I will click this and click copy or type copy. Then I'm going to pick it from the other end and carefully drop it at the other end. Enter. Now I have this on this end and I have this on the other end. Next, I'm going to pick a rectangle and click tip to tip. That is, I will click this tip here and I will click here. Now I can delete this rectangle of 225 by 225. If I click that, I will press delete on the keyboard. Now I have my walls. Remember, we can delete each of these lines that helped us with the wall. I'll press delete on the keyboard. You see, I now have my floor plan for the 1-bedroom apartment. Next, from your sketches or from the architectural drawing, locate the positions of all the doors and windows. We are going to position the door that will access the living room here. I'm going to pick the line command, and from this end I'm going to move inside. I'm going to press F8 on the keyboard to have a straight line from this end to the position of the door. I'm going to have 2 blocks of 225, which is 450. If I press enter, I'm going to have a superimposition line. Hence, I will bring this line down and click this end. Enter. This is just a construction line that will help me to know the position of my door. I'm going to delete this later. Next, I need a door of 900 millimeters. Hence, I will click the line command, pick this end and move my mouse towards the right and type 900. If I cut this, I wouldn't know where my line of the door ends. Hence, I'm going to bring it down and click and enter. All these are construction lines which I'm going to delete later, but it will help me to position my door. I will press escape on the keyboard. Next, I will pick the line command. This door will open inside like this. I will type 900. I will enter twice. Next, I will click arc. Next, I will use the roller mouse and zoom open. At the tip of this line of 900 millimeters, I will click. I will move out a bit. Anything less than 50 is fine. Just a bit of this end. Anything between 25 and 50, I will click. Next, I will click the end of this door. Now I have a door. Next, I will delete this line and this line. Next, I will highlight the door. Next, I will type move or I will click move. I will pick this from this end down to this end. You see, I just move my door down. Next, I will click this line and probably this line and delete. Those are construction lines. Now I have a door entrance into the living room. Next, I will click trim or I will type trim on the keyboard. I will trim off this. Now I have my entrance door. I will escape or I will press enter. Next, let's put the door for the kitchen. I will pick the line command, click this end towards the right, 450, enter. I will bring it down and click. I will repeat the same process that I have done putting the living room door. Next, I will pick the line command. From here, I will go inside 900, which is the size of the door. I will come down and click. Now I know the position of the door. Next, I will pick the line command. Click this end, go up 900, enter twice. Next, I will pick the arc command. Pick this end, move towards the right. Anything less than 50 is fine. I will click. Next, I will come down and click the end. This is the kitchen door. Next, I will delete this. I can equally delete this construction line. I can also delete this line that helped me to position the door. Next, I won't delete this yet. Next, I will highlight the door. I will type move, enter. I will pick it from this base and drop it here. Now I can delete this line. Now I have a door. Next, I will click trim. I will trim these lines, enter. Now I have my kitchen door. Next, this is the bedroom. To access the bedroom from the living room, I will pick the line command, pick this end and go up by 900. Enter. I want to know where this ends. This is just a construction line. I will enter. I will delete this letter. Next, I will pick the line command. Click this end and click this end and enter. If you found yourself struggling to position the doors and the windows, type OSnap and enter. Check if all these are selected. Click select all and click OK. Next, we're going to click the arc command. Click this end, move out a bit. Anything less than 50 is fine. Click and click this end door. Now we have a door here. I can now click and delete this. Next, we're going to click this superimposed line. Click this door. Click move. Pick this door at this end and drop it at this base. Next, we can click this line and delete. Next, we're going to click the trim command and trim this off and enter. Now I'm going to have a door here. Next, once you gain entrance into the bedroom, we're going to have access to the toilet. I'm going to click the line command. From this end, I will go in 225. I will press enter. I will come down and click this line so that I will know where to position the door. Next, I will pick the line command. Click this end, move towards the left 900, which is the size of the door. I will press enter. But if I cut it, this will be a superimposed line. I will come down and click so that I will know the position of the door. Next, this door will open into the toilet, not out into the bedroom. I will pick a line command, click this end and come into the toilet. Next, I will type 900, enter twice. Next, I will click the arc command. I will pick this tip, go inside a bit less than 50, click. Next, I will click the end of this door. I can delete this. Next, I will click the door, click move, pick it from this end and drop it at this base. I have my toilet door. I can delete this construction line. Next, I will click the trim command and I can trim this door, enter. I have the door into the living room, kitchen, bedroom and the toilet. Next, let's position the windows from the sketches or from the architectural drawing. This window is positioned 1500 from this end. I'm going to pick the line command, pick this end and go up, type 1500. I'll press enter. Now you can see that it cut here. I will click and enter. This will become the position of the window. Next, I will pick the line command. I will locate the center of this line. If you can't find the midpoint of this line, type OSnap and make sure that the midpoint is checked. Next, I will pick this midpoint. Make sure my line is straight. The size of the window is 1400. I will press enter and enter again. Next, I will click this line. I will click copy or type copy. Click this from this midpoint and drop it at the other end and press enter. Now I have the position of a window in the living room. Next, I have another window here. I will click line, click this end, and I will come in towards the left and type 2000. I will enter. I want to see the position of this. I will click, I will enter. This is the position of the window. Next, I will pick the line command. I will pick the midpoint towards this direction, 400. I will enter. I will enter again. Next, I will click this line. Next, I will type or I will click copy. I will pick it from this middle and drop it at the other end. I will press enter. Now I have two windows for the living room. Next, I'm going to put a window here for the toilet. I will pick the line command. From this end, the window is positioned at 725 millimeters. I will click here to know the position of the window. Next, I will pick the line command. The size of this window is 600. I will click this middle, go up 600, enter twice. Next, I will click this line. I will type or click copy. Pick it from this end and drop it at the other end. I will press enter. Now I have the toilet window. Next, I'm going to place a window for the kitchen. I will pick the line command. From this end, the window is positioned at 2825 millimeters. I will click and enter. This is the position of the window. Next, I will pick a line command. From this middle, I will move towards this direction. The size of the window is 400. I will enter twice. Next, I will click this line. I will type copy. I will pick it from here and drop it at the other end. I will press enter. Now I have a window for the kitchen. Next, I will place a window for the bedroom. I will pick the line command. I will click this end. I will move towards the left, 775. I will press enter. I will come down and click here and enter. Next, I will pick the line command. I will locate the center of this line, the midpoint, click. I will move my mouse towards the left. The size of the window is 400. I will press enter twice. Next, I will click this line. I will copy. Pick it from this middle and drop it at the other end. Enter. Now I have the position for the doors and the windows. This plan is just for teaching and training purpose. You can produce your own sketches or idea for a house plan. It is recommended that you produce your own sketch design, but follow this procedure to complete your drawing. Next, highlight all the house plan. Next, press copy or type copy on the keyboard. Next, click any part of the house plan and move it towards the left or the right. Click and enter. Now we have two copies of the house plan. Next, this house plan, I will highlight all the walls. with the exception of the doors and windows. Next, I will click the line thickness. To enable us to see this clearly, I will choose 0.3 millimeters. However, if I want to print this out, I will choose a lesser thickness. Let me click or choose 0.3 millimeters. Now I will press escape on the keyboard. If you look at this, nothing happened. However, there is a change. Looking at this, nothing happened. Next, type line weight and press enter. In this dialog box, check display line weight and click OK. Now you're going to see that this line is thick. Next, I want to dimension this house plan. I will click dimension. I will click this end and the other end before the window. Then I will click the third time where I'm going to drop the dimension. Looking at this dimension, it looks like a line. However, if you scroll open, you're going to see we have a dimension here. To fix this, we'll press escape on the keyboard. Click on this dimension line and delete. Next, under this dimension, I will click annotation. Very close to this A, text style, I will click standard. Next, I will click manage text style. In this dialog box, under height, I'm going to use 300 here, but this will change depending on the size of the drawing. Next, I will click apply and close. Now I will start to dimension. I will click dimension. I will click from the beginning of this wall just to the window. Then I will click. Next, I will click from this end for me to know the size of the window. Then I will click this end because I want them to be on the same line. Next, I want to know the size from this window to the end of this wall. It is 2000. I will click here. You see how all of them are on the same line. Next, I want to know the size of the wall. I will click and click. It is 225. You see, I can decide to move it up a bit. Next, I want to know the size from this end to this end or before the window. I will click because I want it to be on the same line. Next, the size of this window. I will click, I will drop it here. Next, the size of the wall to the window. I will click, I will drop it here. Next, I can decide to know the total size of the building. Next, I'm going to click this end of this wall and the end of the other wall. This is the total size of the building. I will click the end here and the end of the other side. This is the total size of the building. I can dimension to know the internal size of the kitchen. I will click here and click the other end. Now it is 6000. And I will click this end and the other end. You see, I have a kitchen size of 6000 by 2500. Let me know the dimension of the living room. I will click this end and the other end. Here I got 6,000. I will click this end and the other end, and you see here I got 3,000. Let me know the size of the bedroom. I will click this end and the other end. It is 4,000. Also, I will click this end and the other end. You see, it is a bedroom size of 4,000 by 3,500. Let me know the size of the toilet. I'll click this end and the other end, and here I got 4,000. And I will click this end and the other end, and this is 2,000. Let me know the size of the door. I will click this end and the other end. You see, the size of the door is 900. Also, I want to know the size of the toilet window. I will click this end and the other end. You see, it is 600. I will use this method to dimension all the doors and windows and sizes of each room, kitchen, living room, and bedroom. Next, I can add text to this. I will click the text command. Next, I will click and drag and click. This is the kitchen. I will type kitchen and click out. Next, I can position this kitchen by using move to position this anywhere I want. I will press F8 to allow me to move this kitchen to any position. Next, I will click this kitchen. I will type copy. Next, I will click this kitchen and drop it here in the living room, in the bedroom, in the toilet, and another one outside the apartment. I'll press enter. Next, I will double click on this. I will change this to living room. I will click out. Next, I will double click on this. I will change this to bedroom. I will click out. Next, I will double click this. I will change this to toilet. I will click out. Next, I'll double click this outside. I will change this to a 1 bedroom apartment. I'll click out. I will click this. I will drag this arrow a bit. Next, I will move this and drop it somewhere around here in the middle. Now I have this, and I also have the dimension. Next, I can decide to give this a quick print. I will type plot, enter. Now I got a notification. AutoCAD is telling me that I have multiple drawings. I'll just click continue to plot a single sheet. Next, I will choose the printer, and I will tell AutoCAD to feed this to paper. I can centralize it. I can choose landscape or portrait, and I can choose the paper size. When I'm done with this, I will go what to plot. I will click here and choose window. I will just click and choose only this window. This is what AutoCAD will print for me. I will click. If I click OK, AutoCAD will send this to the printer that I choose here, and it's going to print using the paper size. This is a quick way of printing if you just want to give your plan a quick print. When I'm done with printing this, I'm going to go and do the same thing to this. Plot, enter. continue to plot a single sheet. I will do the same thing. I will choose a window. I will equally print this quickly, choose the paper and everything, click OK. It will send it to the printer if this is exactly what you want without using the layout. Also, if you want to send this drawing maybe to Microsoft Word, you want to use it for something important in a document, you can just type zoom, enter, and click here and zoom this open. Now that you have this zoomed open, next you are going to click print screen on the keyboard. Next you are going to open Microsoft Word, and here you just click Ctrl V or paste. Next you click this picture, click picture format, crop. Now you can crop this if you want to use this in a document. And you can expand this. Next, you can type whatever. You can continue typing in Microsoft Word, referring to this plan. This is one method to draw house plan in AutoCAD. In this second method, we are going to start by drawing out the shape of the external house plan. The dimension here is 10,675 by 6,175, which I will obtain from the sketches or from the architectural drawing. Next, I will click the rectangle command. I will pick a point on the screen and I will type at 10,675, 6,175. I will press enter. This is the size of the entire apartment. Next, the wall thickness is 225. I will type offset and press enter. Next, I will type 225. I will press enter. The crosshair has changed to a little square box. I will use it to click this line and click inside, not outside. If you click outside, you are going to extend the dimension of the floor plan. I will click inside and press enter. Depending on the shape of your house plan, this is the external wall and the block is 225 millimeter thickness. Next, I can now change the color. Next, I will pick the rectangle. I will start to draw the size of the living room, which is at 6,000, 3,000. I will enter. I will click this living room. I will move, press enter. I will click it from this tip and drop it at this end. This is the living room. Next, I'm going to draw the kitchen. I will pick the rectangle. I will pick a point on the screen. The size of the kitchen is a rectangle of at 6,000, to 500. Enter. All this depends on the size of your own sketches. I will type move. Enter. Next, if I click and drop it here, you see this has no wall. Because of this, first of all, I will pick the line command. Click this end, go up. I will press F8 to have a straight line. I will type 225. Enter twice. Now I will click this, click or type move. Click it from this base and drop it at this tip. I can delete this line. Now this is my kitchen. Next, I will pick the rectangle command and let me draw the size of the toilet, which is at 4,000, 2,000. Enter. Next, I will click the toilet, move. I will pick it from this end because I want to drop it at this tip. This wall should be 225. If I click on dimension, click and click, this is 225. I will escape. Next, I want to put the bedroom here. I will click rectangle, pick a point on the screen. At the size of the bedroom is 4,000, 3,500. Enter. Next, I will click on this rectangle, which is the bedroom. I will type move, enter. I will pick it from this end and drop it at this end. Now I have the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, and the toilet. Next, I will use trim. I will trim this end. I got a wall. Next, I will trim this end. I now have this wall. I will trim this end. I have this wall. I will escape. I will also trim this wall. I will escape or press enter key. Now that I've obtained the shape of the one bedroom apartment, next I will repeat everything I have done in method 1. I'm going to apply the same procedure, the dimensioning, the way I placed the doors and the windows. I will apply same to this plan. This is the second method of drawing a house plan. With the third method, you're going to dimension completely every part of the house plan, which must be completed on the paper sketches or any type of sketch. I'm going to consider my sketches on paper. Here, I'm going to use this dimension. I will start from any part of this house plan, looking at my paper sketches. Here, if I start here, I will go like this, 675. I will move up towards the window, 1,500 millimeters. I will move towards this direction, which is the thickness of the wall, 225. I will come down 1,500 minus this little space here, 225. I'm going to get 1,275. I will come towards this direction, which is 675 minus 225. I will get here to be 450. I will come down 225 and end this part of the wall. I'm going to do this until I complete every part of this house plan. To start this drawing, from the taskbar, I will look for calculator, or I will simply type calculator, press enter. This calculator will help me to complete the plan. I will minimize this calculator. It's down here. Next, I'm going to use a line or a polyline. Here I prefer to use a polyline. Next, I will pick a point on the screen. That is, this will be the starting point for the house plan. Next, I'll press F8 on the keyboard so that I will have a straight line. I will go towards this direction, which is 6, 7, 5. I will press enter. Next, I'm going to go up 1,500. I'll press enter. The wall is 225. I'll press enter. Next, I will come down 1, 2, 7, 5. I'll press enter. Next, I'll go towards this direction 450. I'll press enter. Next, I will click. I'll press enter. Now I have formed this part of the wall, which is this part of the plan before the window. Next, at this end of 1,500, there is a window, and the size of the window is 1,400. Next, I will pick the line command. I will pick a point here. I will go up 1,400. I will enter twice. This is just to show me the position of the window. I can copy this line from this base to the midpoint and to the end. I'll press enter. I can decide to change the color of this window. Next, from the end of this window to this point is 325. 325 plus 225, which is this space, plus 2225. This entire length will give you a total of 2775. This is where you need your calculator if you want to check. This is 325. 325 plus this wall thickness is 225 plus from this point to this end is 2225. Altogether, you're going to get 2775. You minimize the calculator. Next, I will pick a polyline. I will pick a point here. I will go up 2775. I'll press enter. Next, I will move towards this direction, which is 2825. I'll press enter. Next, I will come down 225. I'll press enter. Next, I will move towards this direction, but here there is a wall. Hence, I'm going to have from here to here is 2825. I'm going to subtract the thickness of this wall, which is 225, and I'm going to have 2600. If you click on the calculator, it's not going to disturb the AutoCAD continuity of the line. I will type 2825 minus 2600. You see, this is 225. Or I can say 2825 minus 225. Here I'm going to have 2600. I will minimize the calculator and I still have my polyline command active. So I will type 2600. I'll press enter. Next, I will come down. I will type 2000, which is the internal size of the kitchen. Enter. It stopped here. Next, I will go this way. 450. Enter. I will come down 225. I will enter. I will go this way 450. I press enter. I will come down. Here is 325. I will type 325, enter, or I will just click this point, then the wall, I will complete the wall. I will enter. Now this is now this section of the drawing. you can see we now have this, which is the same as this section of the house plan, which we have completed using the dimension from the sketch. Next, there is a window here, and the size of the window is 1/400. Next, I will pick the line command. I will click this end and go towards this direction, 1400. I'll press enter twice. Next, I will click on this. I will click the copy command. I will click here, the middle, and the other end, enter. I can change this color just to identify that is a window, which is this window. Next, from this window to this window, there is a straight wall here. 2000 plus 225 plus 1825. If you add all this together, 1, 2, 3, you're going to get 4050. You can use the calculator to check, which is 2000 plus 225 plus 1825. So that is 4050. You minimize your calculator. Very close to this window, you come down 225, and this section is 1825. You are going to come down. This side is 2225 because this internal section is 2000. Then you are going to go towards this direction, 4875. This is 225, and this inside will give you 4650. This side is 2000, and this side is 2000, and this is 225. Once you get all these dimensions correctly from the sketch that you have on paper, pick a polyline in AutoCAD. Click this point. You're going this way, 4050, that is 4050, enter. You come down this way, 225, enter. You go towards this direction, 1825, enter. You come down, 2225, enter. You go towards this direction, 4875, enter. You are going to go up 225, enter. You go towards this direction, 4650, enter. You go up towards this direction, 2000, enter. You go this way, 2000, enter. Now you are going to click where you started from, enter. Now we have this wall, which is the kitchen. Now our kitchen is complete. Next, on this side we have our bedroom, which is this part of the apartment. Here we have the window size to be 1400, and this is 775. The wall thickness is 225. That means from here to here is 1000. 775 plus 225. And when we get to this end, we are going to come down completely. This is 225, this is 3000, this is 225, and this is 900. If you add everything together towards this toilet window, from here to this window is a total of 4350, which you can check using your calculator. If we have 225 plus this section is 3000 plus this section is 225 plus this section to the window is 900, you're going to have 4350. You can minimize the calculator. Now that we have calculated this part of the bedroom from our sketch, next we're going to pick a line. Here we have a window of 1400. Enter twice. Next, we're going to copy this window. Click, click, and click. Enter. We can decide to just change the color. Next, we're going to pick the polyline command. Click this point, go towards this direction 1000. Enter. Come down. We calculated 4350. Enter. Next, we are going to go in 225. Enter. Next, you are going to go up 900. Enter. Next, we're going to go towards this direction 225. Enter. Up 225. Enter. We're going to go towards this direction 225. Enter. Next, I will move up. From our calculation, here is 3000. I will go towards this direction, click, and enter. Now I've formed this wall. Next, there is a window here, and the window is 600. I will click and come down. I will type 600. I will enter twice. Next, I will click on this. I will copy. I will click and enter. This is the position of the window. I can change the color. Next, I will continue with this part of the building. I will pick a polyline. I will click this point and come down 725. Enter. I will go towards this direction 5950 according to the sketch calculation. Enter. Next, I will go up 225. Enter. Next, I will go towards this direction 1500. Enter. Next, I will go towards this direction 2225. I'll press enter. I will go towards this direction 3100. I'll press enter. I will come down 225. I'll press enter. I'll come towards this direction 2875. Press enter. I will come down. Next, I will come down towards this way 2000. I'll press enter. Next, I will move towards this direction 4000. I'll press enter. I will click this end, which is 500. Next, I will click this end where I started. I press enter. Now I have this wall. Escape. Now I have this, and I actually achieved that by calculating all this using the dimensions that I've predicted to use for the house plan. Next, there is a door here 900. After this door, we have this before the window 1750, and after that we have a window 1400, and here is 1500, which is 1500. Next, I will click a line. I will pick this point. This is a door of 900. I will enter. I'll pick a polyline. From here, this is 225. I will enter. I will go this direction 1750. I will press enter. I will come down 225. I press enter. I will click here where I actually started. Enter. And the space we have here is that of the window. I will click and enter. I can pick a line again for the middle to middle, enter. I'll pick a line again, and this will become end to end. I will press enter. I will highlight this. I will change the color. I will escape. I can delete this for the door. You can see this is our kitchen. This is the living room. This is the bedroom, and this is the toilet. Next, pick the line command. Click this end of the door. Go up, type 900. Enter twice. You can change this color, and before you start, you can change the color again. I will pick arc command. Click this end and scroll open. Come this direction just a bit, probably before 50. Click and click the other end. You have a door. You can click this and move. Click this end and come down a bit, depending on how you want to put your door. But the most important thing is to show that this is a door and the size of the door. Later on, another description, you can specify the type of door. I can highlight this door, copy, click from this base and drop at this base. Enter. Now I have the kitchen door copied to the living room door if both are the same dimension. Next, I will pick the line command. Click this end, the door will open inside. 900. I will enter twice. Next, I will pick the arc command. Pick this point. I will come in a bit, less than 50 is fine. Click, and I will click this end. I will click this door. Click move. Pick from here and click this base. Now I've moved it down. Next, the door towards the bedroom. I will click the line command. Click this point, superimpose this 900. Enter twice. There is a line here. Next, I will pick the arc command. From where this line ends, I will click, go towards the direction a bit, before 50, click, then I will click here. Now there is a door here. This is the third way you can use to draw a house plan. When you're done, you can go ahead and label your house plan and also dimension it, just as we did in method 1. Let's consider the fourth method you can use to draw a house plan in AutoCAD. The first step is to make a sketch of your desired predicted plan. Using this method, next, we are going to locate the center line of each wall for the block or for the brick. These are the center lines for the blocks and for the bricks for the foundation of this building. Next, we're going to determine the distances from each center line from the other. That is, the distance between this center line and this center line, and the distance from this center line to this center line. Also, the distance from this center line to this center line, and the distance from this center line to this center line, and the distance between this center line and this center line. You can see from our paper sketch, we have determined the dimensions of each center line from the other center line. Also, I have labeled the vertical lines with alphabets and the horizontal lines with numbers. Next, I will determine the dimension for the total house plan. Here I got 10,675 by 5,675. This is in millimeters. The center line horizontal maximum distance is 10,450, and the center line vertical maximum distance is 5,450. Next, we are going to transfer the sketch we have on paper to AutoCAD. Step number 1. We are going to click the line command. Pick a point on the screen. We are going to draw a vertical distance of 7,000. Enter twice. This line is a line distance of 7,000. I choose 7,000 because the maximum distance I have here is 5,450. Next, the maximum distance I have here is 10,450. Next, I will pick the line command. At this endpoint, I will come down a bit and off. Click and move in. I will type 12,000. I will enter twice. Now I have this to be 7,000 millimeters, while this is 12,000 millimeters. Lines just bigger than the maximum center lines for the horizontal and for the vertical distances. Next, from the paper sketch, we have that from the center line of this A to the center line of B is 6,225 millimeters. Next, I will type offset. Press enter. I will type 6,225. I will press enter. The mouse has changed to a little square box. I will click this and click this side. Enter. Corresponds to the distance from A to B, which is this 6,225. Next, we're going to offset from B to C, which is 4,225. Next, I will type offset, enter. This time around, I will type 4,225. I will press enter. I will click this line and click this side. I will enter. Now I have my A, my B, and my C center lines, which are this. Next, from 1 to 2, the distance is 2,225 millimeters. Next, I will type offset, enter. Now I will type 2,225. I will enter. I will click this center line and click enter. Now I have obtained the center line from 1 to 2. Next, I will obtain the center line from 2 to 3, which is 1,000 millimeters. Next, I will type offset and press enter. This time around, the offset distance is 1,000. I will click here, I will enter. Next, from 3 to 4, we have 2,225. Next, I will type offset, enter. We have 2,225. I will enter. I will click this line. I will come down. Enter. Now I have obtained the entire center lines for the foundation of this building. Next, we're going to consider the dimension of our block or the brick. Here the block thickness is 225 millimeters. Hence, if you split this block 225 millimeters into two, you are going to have 112.5. We are going to use 112.5 to offset the center lines on both sides, to the left and to the right, or up and down. That is, I will type offset, enter. I will type 112.5. I will enter. Next, I will start with any of the center lines. I will click, go up and click here and come down. Next, I will click this up, I will click and come down. Next, I will click this and go up, click this and come down. Next, I will click this and go up, click this and come down. Next, I will click this to the left, I will click this to the right. I will click this to the right, I will click this, offsetting it to the left. I will also offset this to the left. Now I have this. I will press escape on the keyboard. Now I have obtained the shape of the entire house plan. Next, I will click trim, or I will type trim. I'm going to trim off all these extended center lines. Next, you can begin to place your windows and doors, or you can continue to trim off all the internal spaces for the blocks. You continue trimming carefully. Now you can see the shape of our entire house plan is now becoming visible. To terminate the trim command, you press enter on the keyboard, or you press escape. The next step is to determine the positions of your doors and windows in the building. Next, you locate your dimension sketches. You can see that from this wall to this door is 450, and from this end of the wall to this window is 2,825, and from the end of this wall to the position of this door is 675 millimeters. Once you determine the positions of your doors and windows, next we are going to use the method we used to place windows and doors in method 1, and you're going to apply the same method here. You click the line command, pick this point and come in 450, enter. Next, you are going to come down and cut it here. You go towards this direction, 900, enter. You go up and cut it here. Our door will be here. However, from our plan, this wall is not here, and also this wall is not also here. You can see that this center line passed through the living room. We're going to trim this off. Also, this center line passed through the bedroom. We're going to trim that off as well. And to achieve this, we're going to click the line command. Click this point and this point. Enter. Also, click the line command. Click this end and click this end. Enter. Next, we're going to click or type trim and trim here off. Now we have our entire living room. From this living room, we can access the kitchen. I will press escape. Next, this wall the center line passed through the bedroom. I will pick the line command, click this end, enter. Pick the line command again. Click this end, enter. Next, I will click trim. I will trim here off. I will press enter. Now, this is our entire bedroom, which now corresponds to our desired and required plan. Next, we're going to pick the line command, click this end and go up 900, enter twice. Next, we're going to click the arc command, click this end, go in a bit below 50. You can zoom open before you click and click this end. Next, you can click trim and trim here off, enter. You can use this to put all the doors and the windows. To put this window, the distance from this end of the wall to the window is 2825. Next, I will click line, click this end and move in 2825. I will enter. I will come down and click. I will go this way 400, the size of the window, enter. Next, I will go up and click and enter. This is where my window will be located. Remember, I just used a superimposition line here, which these are like construction lines to help me position my doors and my windows. Next, I can click trim and trim off this part of the window. I will press escape. I will use this method to position all my doors and windows. Next, I will use the same method we applied in method 1 to dimension the floor plan. I can also dimension our center lines for the foundation. Next, I will type design center, enter. A dialog box will appear. Next, I will double click on EN US and enter. Next, I will double click on design center. Next, I will double click on house designer. Next, I'll double click on blocks. Here I have a bathtub. I will click on it. I will drag it out. Next, I have here a sink. I will click and drag it out. Next, I have a toilet top. I will click and drag it out. Next, I can click this back button. Next, I will go to home space planner. Double click, then double click on the block. I will click on this bed and I can drag it out. I can also click on any of these chairs. I will drag it out. I will just bring out everything that I need. This is a lamp. I will click on this lamp and bring it out. This is a desk. Everything I need. Once I bring out everything I need, next, this is kitchen. I can double click on this block and I will bring out everything I need for the kitchen. When I'm done, I will click this close button. Next, for the toilet top, I will click move. I will click and I will press F8 on the keyboard to allow me to drop the toilet seat in here. I will click on this. I will type rotate. I will press enter. Next, I will click here. I will gently rotate this 90 degrees and press enter. I will click. I will move this to where I want it to be, probably here. I will click. Next, this is the toilet sink. I will move this sink into the toilet. Probably I will drop it here. Next, this is the bath. I will move this in here. I will click. I will type rotate. I will enter. I will click this and I can rotate this by 90 degrees. Next, I will click this, move. I will move it into this position. I will click enter. Next, I will click this. I will click move and move it into this position. I can use this to arrange everything for the toilet. Next, I will click this bed, move, and I will move this bed into the bedroom. I will carefully drop it here. Next, if I want to reduce this bed, I will type scale. I will enter. I will click this bed. I will enter. I will pick a point on the bed. I will type 0.8. I'll press enter. You see, I've reduced this bed a bit. I will click move and move this bed carefully inside. I will click this table lamp, move, pick it from here and drop our bed lamp here. I will click this chair, move. I will pick this chair and arrange this chair probably somewhere close to the window. From the design center, I can plan how the kitchen will look like and the living room. I can also draw them myself if I don't want to use the design center, which I'm going to show you in a separate video. Now, instead of having all these labels together with the equipment in the house, which will be interfering with the dimensions of the house plan, instead of having all this together in one house plan, you can use the layer property to arrange and manage everything inside that building, which we are going to see in a separate video. Any of the 4 methods learned in this video can help you to complete any house plan from basic to complex design. Next, I will make the walls a bit different than the rest of the objects in the plan by using the hatch command. I will type hatch. I will press enter. Next, you can observe that the menu bar will change to the hatch menu. Next, I will click the pull down menu here to select a hatch design of your choice. Let me choose this AR conc for concrete. You can see that the crosshair has now changed to a thin crosshair to allow me to select where I want to hatch. I want to hatch this wall. Also, I want to hatch this wall and here, and this wall, and this part of the wall, this part of the wall, and this part of the wall. Once I finish applying the hatch design to the walls, I'll press enter. Next, I can click this hatch and I can increase or decrease the thickness. Here I will reduce it to 0.5. I'll press enter. Next, I'll press escape on the keyboard. You can see that the walls are clearly visible in the house plan.